And welcome back for another awesome video, everybody. I'm Jedi DJ, and today we're playing some Dune Awakening, and I'm going to show you guys how to make the fastest Million Solari in the game repeatable every hour. So here we go. First step, we're going to start off by going to Sentinel City. That's going to be right here. We're going to farm indie pumps. One run of indie pumps. That's the first step, so let's go get them. We're also going to try to speedrun this as fast and efficiently as possible with zero combat unless we get cornered and have to take a couple guys out. Alright, so we're going to try to do this as a speed run as fast as humanly possible. One take. Obviously, sometimes your speed run will be a little bit faster or a little bit slower. First things first, we need to suck up our chopper, get our shield on, and start getting some indie pumps. Boom. That's one. It's two. Woo. Could be a little faster if you don't mess up the jump. Run straight through. Try not to get hit by bullets, obviously, because they do slow you down. Try not to let your computer lag, because I'm sure you all have a lot of control about that. Oh man, this area is a little bit worse than it used to be for me ever since the Chapter 2 update. Ooh, it's very laggy. It was way smoother for me before. But hey, you know, what can you do? There you go. There you go. We're going to have to kill one of these guys because there's just 3 of them here, so we'll just kill them really fast. I think it'll actually be faster to just do that. Sometimes it's faster just to kill them, depending on where they were stationed. Like this time, all 3 of them up by the box. Sometimes they're spread out. So if they're spread out, I would say just run by and grab the box. I've done that many times. And of course, there's the pressure of having to do it live as opposed to listening to your favorite music while doing it and relaxing. So bear with me if I make a few mistakes. All right, there we go. 2 boxes out here. We're back in. Not bothering to fight anybody. And I do have another video up where I do show doing a speed run of this place as well as a speed run of the Diamond Dust, and we're going to do that next. Actually, as part of this, we're going to do a speed run right here and a speed run there, so it'll be like a combined double speed run. Then off to the market to sell it, and I'll show you guys how much it sells for. And it sells for this. I've checked a couple of different servers and a couple different, and I've talked to a couple different people and checked with some people in Discord, and it does indeed sell for this much pretty much everywhere. If it doesn't on your server, I'm sorry, but it should. Like I said, everywhere I've checked and everybody I've talked to, it does. So, here we go. First step, though. First step. Boom, boom. 6 indie pumps, that's a good run. Now, obviously, your indie pumps may vary. You could end up with anywhere from in the 20s all the way up to 40 indie pumps for one of these runs. And we're hoping, fingers crossed, we get 30 to 40. Would be a nice run. I'm not even going to bother fighting these guys. Well, I might have to if I get flamethrowed and lagged like that. They really need to fix this because people shouldn't have to deal with this to run like a really low-level area. You shouldn't be dealing with insane lag. And it's not my computer. I'll tell you guys that. My computer's cutting edge. I can run ultra settings on this, and I have no issues at all. As I'm having issues. That's really funny, actually. As I'm having issues, I have no issues at all. We're going to heal up, though, because of all the lag. Unfortunately, it slows down the speed run a little bit, but there's nothing I can do. The lag is insane. So hopefully yours doesn't lag and you can go a little faster than this. Whoa, he followed me in. Never seen that. I think we got all our indie pumps, though, so I think we're good to go. Let's head out. This next part could also be a little sketch if it's super lag. Wow. Oh, my goodness. That's, like, pretty much unplayable. That's crazy. Oh, wow. That's like a slideshow. And mine wasn't like this until just recently. I can't even fight because everything's delayed. Wow. We gotta clear a couple of these guys out. I don't know what else to do. I mean, it's... Ooh. Hopefully that helps. Last 2 boxes are right here and right here. Actually, 3 boxes, sorry. Box there. Jump over to here. 1 box here. Alright, final box. You can stop for that spice right there, which I do highly recommend, but I'm not going to stop today because of all the lag. I don't want to take any chances. So that's the full run. We're just going to head out the back because we sucked up our chopper, so it doesn't matter. But if you have to leave your chopper outside, make sure to come back out the entrance that you went. Otherwise, we're right on out of here. We'll jump in our chopper and be on to the next area. Like I said, guys, I do a lot of stuff in this game. I've pretty much played every part of the game. I 100%ed it, including all outposts and every single schematic. And I've done the deep desert thing, and this is indeed the fastest way to make a Million Solari, especially in the Haga Basin, right? You can obviously farm some endgame level schematics out in the deep desert and sell those for multiple million. But if you're just trying to do something quick in the Haga Basin that you can do anytime, a couple times a day, this is it. This farming location, hold on, took a wrong turn. Head back over here. It's actually easier just to fly by memory than it is to use my map. I end up taking wrong turns when I try to open up my map. And we're going to record this whole thing live the whole way through for you guys with 0 cuts. So the time you see at the timestamp you see at the bottom is exactly how long it took me to run all of this and get back and get it to the market. Because the trick here is to get these items to the market. Obviously, this probably won't work if you're playing on a private server, but honestly, come play on the live servers. Who cares? Don't play on a private server. It's an MMO, and you shouldn't care about money anyways if you're on a private server. You should only care about the money if you're on a live server. To this extent, right? You can have a little bit of money on a private server and you'd be able to buy everything you need, but you don't need to have millions and millions of Solari on a private server. So I guess I assume most people that are probably watching this are probably playing on a live server. There we go. Official server. Alright, so there's 2 boxes right here, guys. Hope you guys are watching where we're going with all of this. I'm showing you guys pretty much the fastest route to get the most of these at the same time. Now, I am told, everybody keeps telling me there's some dude at top of the worm that gives you diamond dust. And I have looked and scoured and scanned this whole entire area and never ever found him. So if you see a spot that I miss, please leave me a comment and please be very descriptive to tell me where it is, because I would love to add it to my run as long as it's actually fast and improves the run. If it's way out of the way, I don't want to do it because speed does matter. Especially if you're trying to get this done a couple times a day or something like that. All right, so let me cross over the worm. We're going to drop in down here. Alright, let's head down here. Remember, 0 combat runs whenever possible. Only stop to kill what you have to kill. Unless you want the XP and everything too. You can always, it's fine to fight your way through, but it will take you twice as long if you end up fighting every single guy, right? So. This one's tucked away in here. Helps if you don't take a wrong turn. I knew that too. I knew better than to do that. There are some of these you can squeeze through and some of them you can't. Grab the band, grab the 2 boxes. All the way in. Sometimes it's faster just to kill these guys here quick. Depending. It looks like somebody might have already been in here recently. That would be sick. Alright, we don't have to kill nobody. Oh, there's one. I'm not too worried about it. We'll kill this one so she doesn't kill me while I'm trying to chop down the door. Alright. Boom. I may have to kill this one too so she stops trying to attack me. Sometimes it is what it is. All right. And that's that, guys. That's the end of that speed run. We're going to grab the last room here, and then we're going to fly to the market as quickly as possible. And we're going to see how long it took me to essentially make a million Solari. Boop. Boop, 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 boop. All right, let's get outside quick. And you know what, guys? If you have a way to make a faster Million Solari, leave it in the comments for other people. So I know there's lots of ways to do it. This is just one of the fastest and most favorite ways that I have found to do it. And super easy. Like, you can do it by yourself solo whenever you want. So this way, we're actually going to fly out the west side of the map because it's the closest one. Ooh, unless you hit that. Don't judge my ornithopter skills. Sometimes they look a lot smoother and cooler than other times. Oh god. Not like this. Oh no! Ooh. I'm all kinds of hitting wrong buttons today. There. There we go. Getting all the buttons to properly hit in the right order. We don't need to check and see how many we got. We will check when we get to the market just to save a couple minutes. Does not matter which market you go to, guys. All the markets are tied together. And so we're going to hit Arakeen really quick. All right. Arakeen is actually a faster market to get to. It's a little, like, it feels a little further on the map because you have to go over it, but like when you walk in, the market is closer to you than it is in Harco. But, you know, go to whichever one you thematically like better. It doesn't really matter. And besides, it's going to take you some time to sell the indie pumps. I mean, my brother said he sold his immediately before he even walked away one time. That's how fast his sold. But usually mine will sell within the 24 hours, so it doesn't matter. So, and again, you could run the indie pumps, the carbide scraps, and the diamond dust a few times a day. Like every hour you can run those two zones I just showed you and get all of that. And I'm going to show you guys how much you can make this area. And also, obviously, market prices vary. They go up, they go down, but they're always pretty decent. As long as the game has been out, and we're already at Chapter 2 DLC in September, and as long as the game has been out for all the months it's already been out, this has always worked for me. Always. I've never had a week where I've not been able to sell this stuff. I've never had a week where I haven't been able to make a million quick Solari doing this. Load screens are the longest part sometimes. And it'll be over in just a second. We'll go hit that market really fast. I have a bunch of other great ways to make money, guys, and make Solari in-game. So if you listen to my podcast, it's Only Sans Podcast, and it's available everywhere on Spotify and on iTunes and Apple and Android and everything, you know, Google and Amazon, everywhere you listen to a podcast, iHeartRadio. My Only Sans podcast is available, and I do have an episode all about making Solari, and I even do weekly tips. So if you guys want to make a ton of Solari in the game, I'll go ahead and hit tab to show you guys mine. I'm currently at about 228 million, but I was pushing close to 300 million earlier this week. I did some investing and bought some items and stuff. We're going to go ahead and learn this stuff to get it out of the way fast. Just clear it up. All right, let's see how we did. 33 diamond dust, 54 carbide scraps, only 14 indie pumps. What a terrible run. That is potentially the very worst I've ever done at indie pumps. You can get up to 40. All right, so you can get way better. That is atrocious. Absolutely atrocious, the amount of indie pumps I got from that run. And having to deal with all that lag like that too, that's disgusting. But regardless, you guys will see it will sell for a lot. Let's hit the market. We're going to make sure that our market refreshes, and we're going to actually click components because sometimes I've noticed it refreshes better and gives you the proper prices if you do this. So let's go ahead and check the prices fast. Diamond dust to see how competitive it is. Lowest price is 14,000 on diamond dust, and the indie pumps are none for sale. So that's what we're going to do. Actually, let's check carbide scraps too while we're at it, because that's a good one to sell. Boom, carbide scraps, 15, perfect. All right, so let's go into our sell. Carbide scraps, we're going to sell them for 1,000 under what the other guy's selling them for. Give it 3 days. As you can see, 756,000 Solari right there. Wow. All right. We're going to sell this diamond dust right here. We're going to sell it for 13,000, 13.5 to put it right under. As you guys can see, 445,000 Solari right there. And then you can also see, we'll sell the last thing, which is the indie pumps. We're going to sell these for 20,000 because we didn't get a lot of them and there's none for sale. So as you can see, oh, I got the wrong thing. 280,000 right there. We'll hit sell. Now we'll check my orders, see if anything sold, anything didn't sell. We'll check my price here. As you guys can see, I've got diamond dust. I've already done this a couple times recently. I'm waiting for it to sell. The carbide scraps are right here, and the indie pumps are right here. So this stuff's going to sell, and like I said, you can do the math on that. That is actually over 1 million Solari, just in that quick run, just in an hour. And there's some other great things you can sell if you look at what I'm selling right here. Obviously, these schematics do sell for 7 million for a Regis Troubleshot on my server. The Hallex picks do sell for 5 million. The Basher's commands sell for 4.5. The Hummingbird wings sell for under 1 million usually. The Wayfinder helms and things like that, Albatross wings and those sorts of things. So you can sell all kinds of really great stuff. And thanks for watching, guys. I hope that you guys found that helpful in my updated speed run. And until next time, may the force be with you.